How's it going, everybody? John Chick here. Today we're going to be talking about the 2007 Grey Cup Championship. And before that, we're going to go into what it took to prepare for that 07 Grey Cup Championship. And I'm going to share two plays that stand out to me the most of any other play from that. Now, I had a couple, I had 3 tackles for a loss. I had a quarterback sack, forced fumble. I had some big plays, but I'm going to share 2 of them that really were about that preparing to win. But before I go, I would love if you guys would subscribe, like, and share this video. Subscribe to my channel at Become Iron Willed. We will be bringing you videos every Wednesday to kind of, again, build up the kingdom, to become iron willed, mind, body, and spirit. So, talking about that prepare to win, we're going to go into 1 Corinthians 9:25 says, "Do you not know that the runners in the stadium all run the race, but only one wins the prize? Run so as to win." Now, there are many of us, we get put in a situation where maybe I didn't prepare for it, but I get put in and adrenaline kicks in and I can do a lot with that adrenaline, right? But over a course of time and time again, and to actually get yourself into a position of like a championship, it takes a lot more preparation to get there. So we all like the idea of I can do anything once and running so as to win. We can see that. But we also know what that runner does to prepare for it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Okay, so the truth is, once we get thrown into a situation, we have a tendency to fall on, to lean on what we have been practicing, what we've been doing. Okay, so going into the 2007 Grey Cup, if you guys remember, Kevin Glenn was the quarterback for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Had a phenomenal year with them, and that's who we've been preparing for, all up into the championship. And in the Eastern Final, Kevin Glenn breaks his arm, and he's out. Okay, and so they have to bring in quarterback Ryan Dinwiddie, I believe is his name. Great man. And so we had all this preparation for what we had seen of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers that year. Okay, so one of the things that kept happening that whole Grey Cup week, there was all kinds of glamour and events and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I was a rookie. And to me, I had just gotten cut the year prior from the Houston Texans. And it was about doing everything I can to win that game. I was overcoming odds and obstacles in my life. Small town kid from Wyoming. I got cut, dreams short. And here I am in the Grey Cup in Canada. Exciting times. And it was going to be me or them. And I was going to do everything in my abilities to win. So it was about preparation. I remember watching every game I could that week of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And it was all, again, Kevin Glenn. I'm watching everything from history. And what I kept seeing time and time again was their first play of the game and their first play of the second half. It was over 90% of the time, Kevin Glenn would throw a quick out. And it was just right over top of the defensive end. And this is not my forte. I am a hard-nosed, I'm going meathead, trying to run through somebody, all this kind of stuff. But I remember watching that time and time again. It's like, that's what they're going to do. And my mindset was, okay, Dinwiddie's in the game now. Kevin Glenn's out, he's injured. We got a team that made the Grey Cup off of doing the same thing over and over again. I watched their first play of both the first half, the second half, time and time again. And I know the big question mark is, are they going to do the same thing with Dinwiddie? And my thought is, if they're doing this with an established quarterback to get momentum going, right? They do that quick pass so that we get some momentum. We get a first catch, we get a quick first down, and we get some momentum going. So my thought is, well, shoot, that's what I would do. That's what they're going to do. Now, of course, I'm a rookie. I got to do what I'm told. So I didn't big picture anything. I didn't go tell any coach, this is what I'm going to do. But after watching it time and time and time again, I went into the game thinking, I'm not going to even try to get to the quarterback. I am going to I'm going to run and get my hands up and try and knock this ball down. So I want to show you one play here from earlier in the season when we played them. Okay, first play of the game here. This is week 10, it says, of 2007. Okay, it'll get going here. All right, so we've already had kickoff. First play here. Rookie season 2007. Okay, that's not me, or the play's not coming my way, but just watch Kevin Glenn here, how fast he gets rid of this ball, right over top of the defensive end, okay? Now, defensive end in that play, he was upfield, so he wasn't in a position to block it, okay? So that was the first play of the game. That happened on over 90% of their plays. Okay, so again, we got this rookie quarterback in. I'm going to go ahead and flip the tape here, get the Grey Cup game in. All right, so here we are. We're coming up on the first play of the 2007 Grey Cup Championship. I'm a rookie. All right, so I told you I'm going into this game with the mindset is, I'm not telling anybody, but I know what they've been doing on the first play of the game, each game. Here I am on the right, just fine. Now, had I had good hands, maybe I could have caught that thing. Let's watch it from the back end here. First play, they catch this thing, they got momentum already. Boom. So talking about having this plan, preparing to win, not just running so as to win. You do that once you get there, but it's preparing so as to win. Okay, and part of that is that planning, that is preparation, that study, but at some point, now you have to take the risk, okay? And sometimes that risk, hey, I might risk getting my butt chewed. I might risk not making the play. But had that gone over my head and I had all this plan and I had all this foreknowledge of what was going to happen, but I didn't take the risk and I had my head down and that ball went over my head and maybe the guy makes a big catch for a touchdown, I'm going to live a long time with regret of, man, if I would have just taken that risk. And so what I want to encourage everyone is no matter where you're at in your walk, whether it's fitness, whether it's with your family and something you need to do to reignite your marriage or to be present and engaged with your children or that job that you want to go for, right, is don't just stay here. One thing we always talked about in football was you don't just stay here. You're either going this way or you're going this way. I noticed players after players, some would stay and keep lifting throughout the season and others say, I'm maintaining. Well, guess what? Maintaining means I'm here going this way. I'm on the decline. And someone who is putting it in constantly is ready to put themselves, they're preparing so as to win. So when they're put in that position, they can play so as to win. Okay, so we're going to go into the first play of the second half. It's going to take me a minute here. All right, so here we are now. First play of the second half. Same thing. Remember, I've been studying it. Am I going to take it to heart? Okay, and again, I wasn't coached to do this. It was something that, hey, I'm going to take a risk because I want to establish myself here. Oh, almost a pick. Almost a pick. Now, we had a player, I had a teammate named James Johnson. He had 3 interceptions in this game, and I will always remember what an awesome game he had because he deserved the Defensive Player of the Award. But players make plays. So I got a tip that was great. I had those 3 tackles for loss, a sack. Man, if I had hands, I think that's maybe more of a gift. I don't know how much you can practice that. If I had caught this thing, I would have put me just a little bit closer. But I'll show it to you here again from the wide angle. Should have caught this dang thing. Boom! Oh! It was close. All right. Now, those were the two plays I wanted to show you, but I got to back that play right up here with my sack in the Grey Cup here. So, now I'm on the inside here. Dinwiddie's going to roll out to his right. Big sack fumble. My buddy Scott Schultz there with the recovery. And a game 23-19. A couple batted balls and a position here to get a field goal makes a huge difference in a tight Grey Cup game. Don't stop. Boom! So you can say I still have a lot of fun, even watching the memories of it here. It's all about preparing so as to win. Okay? There was one other story I'm going to give you here quickly, and it was about fumbles. Okay? We had in 2008, 2009 a coach that talked about hustle and made us do all the extra things it caused to get turnovers, because every coach gives lip service to turnovers winning football games. The team that forces the most turnovers is going to win. But we don't always practice it. We say get turnovers, but if you don't practice, it's hard to just run so as to win and do it, right? You got to prepare so as to win. And that preparing was running to the ball, making sure you always had guys within 5 yards of the ball, making sure that you are filming practice and you're making sure how many shots on ball people are getting in practice. Okay, so we had this. We even had a coach that talked about doing towel chin-ups to visualize in meeting room, right? We're doing towel chin-ups so that we can secure our grip, which would help us with, it was all about mindset, and it was about what you repeatedly do. And in 2008, 2009, I believe we were leading turnover or force of turnover teams. Okay, I leave 2009. I go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2 years in a row, they had a D-line coach there who his players had not had anyone force a fumble. And so I end up in the Jaguars. Sorry, I was with the Colts for a year. Once I get to the Jaguars, my coach, right, man, that's all he talked about was the ball, the ball, the ball. Well, I took everything I learned the 2 years prior about forcing turnovers, and by the time I got my shot, anyway, ended up having the first sack fumble in, I think it was over 2.5 years at that time by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Something that I took with me from my playing days in Saskatchewan. One thing that helped though was Jacksonville Jaguars. Every meeting room you went into, they had a spring-loaded football. So even in the meeting rooms, it was a mindset that when you go in, boom, you're hacking that ball. When you're leaving, boom, you're hacking that ball. And if you weren't, it was a problem. Okay, so fast forward. I working with the team trying to get those spring-loaded balls. Someone didn't like the way it looked somewhere, so it wasn't put up. And 2013, we won a championship. 14, we had weeks, I'm talking 8 weeks, no turnover. And it's no fault. It's just what I'm talking about is preparing so as to win. We didn't do anything that measured how many turnovers, how many shots on ball in practice. At that point, we weren't doing anything to reiterate this. We got them up for 3 weeks. And this is my story, so you get to hear my version. 3 weeks. Those ball turnover machines got up where we're tackling this. 3 weeks we had turnovers. Someone wanted them away again. So they got put away. And you guys remember what happens the rest of 2014, 2015. So, moral of the story. You are what you repeatedly do. Practice and prepare so as to win. So that we can answer the call. Right? It says, to finish there, that 1 Corinthians 9:25 says, thus, I do not run aimlessly. I drive my body and train it, for fear that after having preached to others, I myself should be found disqualified. Run so as to win, Prepare so as to win. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, and share at Become Iron Willed. God bless.